Hi again, Aries. It's your month in focus. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. And I noticed, looking at the horoscope there that I have before me, the strong presence of the Sun and Mercury in your zone of love affairs. So we can expect a very unusual start to the month for you. And again, this has been happening now for the past few days. You've got the very fine aspect from Uranus bringing you some sudden and very desirable romantic interludes. And that will probably continue now for the next couple of days. What we see, however, is still that very strong combination of the Mars and Saturn. Mars is moving in very, very quickly, so I think I mentioned to you that this month would be a rather testing period for you in terms of your relationships. So you've got, on the one hand, this very strong leaning to creative and amorous pursuits, yet on the other hand, this frustrating and serious tone to your relationships. And I'm not sure whether I described it like that last month, but it's very much like having your feet on the brake and the accelerator at once. So I can imagine a lot of skid marks there across the floor of your bedroom, perhaps, at the moment, in trying to resolve some of your personal issues. Now, if I look through to look at your main ruling planet, Mars is the ruling planet for Aries, and around the 26th of August, very late in the month, we have a very nice triangular aspect to Neptune. So what that's showing me is that, firstly, in the realm of your relationships, you could find yourself a little delayed up till that time, and then having the opportunity to really materialize some of your spiritual or even emotional and romantic ideals. You've got critical aspects from the moon which focus on these issues, I would say, very strongly after the 20th. So at that point the moon will transit this very hard aspect of Mars and Saturn. Thereafter, the 24th, in your zone of travels and higher ideals. So that could be the time when, if you're looking at resolving some of these issues, you might be able to get away for a while, spend some time with your loved one in a cloistered, natural, harmonious environment. I'd also say to you, just jumping back to the early part of the month here, we see the very strong combination of the moon and Neptune in the sign of Pisces around the 3rd to the 5th of August. That's a very spiritual, meditative time for you. Low-key period, you'll probably want to spend time alone. That's a good idea at that time, especially when we see that the moon is going to be in the right angle to Ketu, or the south karmic node, and Jupiter. So there's a lot of going back over old ground in that period, looking at your past and trying to eliminate that. And actually, if any of you watching this are into meditation, you'll take a note of this, and that is that the past, which is in the form of your thinking, is usually the obstructive energy if you're trying to find peace of mind, especially in your meditative or prayer practices. So that could be the tension you have there in the first week of the month too, for those of you that are working more on an inner level rather than the outer level. Of course, we work on both. But for those of you that are focused in this, you monks out there in the Aries tribe, that's the focus and the field of challenge, I guess, a bit of an inner challenge for you this month. Now, the financial aspects, I don't want to leave that out. We see a very powerful, exalted moon transiting your finance sector around the 8th of August, that continues up to the 10th, and then around the 13th to the 14th and 15th, you've got this third sector transit of the moon showing your interest in contracts, travels, communication, and that's the same combined planetary focus we had when you were having problems in your meditation thinking. So this could be the time when those issues are resolved, when you can come to some agreement with the parties concerned and get resolution there. I like Venus for you, especially, let me have a look here on my map. Venus should come to the sign of Cancer, which is your family circumstances. Let me just have a look here. I'm a little remiss here today. My apologies. There it is there. It's actually the 7th of August. It comes into the sign of Cancer. It's going to spend a little bit of time there. So you'll be, even you guys may be taking up cooking classes. Just joking, but it is a very domesticated period for you. And the month seems to be focused on creativity, except for those two little patches there which could cause you some trouble. Firstly on the inner level, and then that relationship component that I'm seeing there. But after the 26th, I think you see a lot of relief there. Perhaps you have a good, deep and meaningful with your partner, and you're able to make peace, not war. Thanks again for joining me. In the meantime, don't forget astrology.com.au for all your astrological esoteric needs, and I'm there if you need a more personal view of your horoscope and anything else that may be bothering you. Thank you. Take care now. Bye-bye.